My name is Heidi.
Hi, my name is Jack.
My name is Sam.
My name is Nicole and this is my story.
For some children, school isn't a place of learning. It's a place of survival.
Even just being in the building, it would just make my anxiety go through the roof.
And it was 2,000 people there or something like that, 30 plus, you know, proper busy and overstimulating. It sort of makes you shut down.
Because there were just kids that were arguing and then there'd be a fight and then it just ruined the lesson.
Not because they don't want to learn, but because the environment doesn't work for them.
I felt like I was the thing wrong.
I genuinely think I'd be at home, just not going to school.
And when they struggle, it's often misunderstood, seen as a lack of effort, a lack of resilience, or simply bad behaviour.
Sometimes I genuinely did not know what it was. I just couldn't get up and go. There was a fear of just nothing, like I'd just be scared of nothing.
I think our students, some of them present as if they don't need to necessarily be in a specialist setting, that they could cope in a mainstream. And the reason it looks like that is because they're doing really, really well here.
But what if the problem isn't the child, but the environment around them? And when that environment changes, everything can change.
I feel like I'm more happier than here than I was at my old school because I'm being noticed more and people are feeling empathy for me.
You know, my attendance was probably below 50% and here it's above 80.
I have exams that I have passed that I would have not have passed if I was still attending a mainstream. And
this isn't less education, it's access to it.
This is the place that has made their child feel safe, feel like they can start actually developing and progressing.
She's more present. She's telling me, you know, how happy she is with peers and that she's starting to build those relationships.
There's a common misconception that places like this are somehow less academic, that they are a step away from education rather than towards it.
horses have an amazing ability to provide honest and immediate feedback, and they mirror our heart rate, our breathing, muscle tension, literally anything. And by doing that, when a child experiences a certain emotion or sensation or feeling, the horse mirrors their response, and then I can then step in as a facilitator and explain to them why they may be feeling this way. They may seek comfort in the horse, and it's a fascinating and amazing way to help students develop and support mental health. But horses don't judge, they accept you for who you are.
But alongside this environment, there is structure, there is real learning.
Well, I've already managed to get a level 2 English, the maths level 1, then I'm going to do GCSEs in 6 weeks.
It's an easy trap to fall into, having misconceptions about why your child is not going into school. You could be shouting and screaming and really doing entirely the wrong things for your child, not realising what they are trying to face.
But as the system looks to reform, there are questions being asked about cost, about value. Should there be a limit on a child's well-being? What is the cost of a child who feels unseen? The cost of a child who disengages?
If the government were to bring in those new provisions and basically shut schools like Changing Lives and try and send those children back to mainstream schooling, my daughter would not attend that, and I don't believe that a lot of the young people who are attending Changing Lives and other schools like this would go back into mainstream schooling. It's not an environment that is conducive for youngsters who have those issues, be it emotional or psychological or autism, ADHD.
I would be at home. I genuinely think I'd be at home, just not going to school. I don't think I would have got a job. I would have just sat at home in my room, sleeping, eating, just like lonely, and I wouldn't have spoke to anyone.
I think they'll be detrimental. If Nicole would have stayed in mainstream, she wouldn't have got any GCSEs, she wouldn't have got any qualifications because she wasn't going in any of the lessons.
I genuinely believe there'd be quite a lot more suicides, to be honest, because I think a lot of people with special needs have had that sort of thought in their life, or because they've not fit in anywhere, and now these schools where people actually fit in, if they get taken away, I mean, what will life be like?
We agree the system needs reform, but every child deserves better. But reform must be built on what works.
What we are doing here is the right thing and needs to be more widespread.
Mainstream, it's like a train station. You're a number. Here you're a person and you're heard and you're understood.
So perhaps the question isn't what a place like this costs, but what it costs without one.